Hey, so today we're going to talk about just healthy eating in general. So the cost of healthy eating it's higher. It's a lot more expensive to eat healthy these days, unfortunately, than it is to eat unhealthy. So you look at a couple numbers here: energy dense foods that are high in sugar and fat. So these are your unhealthy foods. It's about $1.76 for 1,000 calories. So you can get a lot. You go to the grocery store, you buy a lot of these processed cheap foods, and you can get a lot of calories for really cheap. The problem is they're not healthy. Fruits, vegetables, and other healthy foods, $18.16 for 1,000 calories. So that's a pretty big discrepancy. But what they're not taking into account here is your health. What is the cost of your medical bills later? What are you paying on medication for your blood pressure medication, your cholesterol medication, your diabetes medication, your doctor's appointments, your cancer treatments, all of these things that are a direct result of the unhealthy foods that we're eating. So the cost of healthy eating is actually much lower if you're looking at the long term. There are ways that you can reduce the cost of healthy eating. There are a lot of different things that you can do in the grocery store right now to make that less. Choosing seasonal fruits and vegetables. So when something is in season, it's typically in bulk, and the grocery store is going to have those foods on sale. So when you see, the berries going on sale, that's the time to buy them, and you can buy a lot of them, and you can freeze them at home and save them for when they're not in season. Capitalize on store specials on fresh chicken and fish. So again, if there's a big special going on at the grocery store where you can get chicken or fish in bulk, then you can buy it and separate them and put them into smaller packages and freeze them for later. Purchase whole grain products in bulk. A lot of grocery stores now you can purchase the fresh whole grains in bulk, and it's a lot cheaper, and they store for a long time. Buy bags of frozen vegetables. So frozen vegetables are actually a pretty healthy choice, because when the vegetables or the fruits are frozen, they're frozen at their peak nutritional state. It's right after they've been picked, then they freeze them so that they're holding on to they've got the most nutrition in them at that point that they're frozen, and it maintains that nutrition. So frozen vegetables and frozen fruits are a great option, and I highly recommend going that route, especially for the winter when vegetables aren't really in abundance. Another idea, which actually isn't on here, is if you have the ability to do this, is grow a garden. I grew my first garden this summer, and those of you who are friends with me on Facebook know that I'm going to be eating tomatoes for the rest of my life because of the garden I grew this summer. So for a couple dollars, I was able to plant some tomato plants, and I've had, just I've got probably about 40 bags of tomatoes frozen in my freezer, and bags of tomato sauce that I've made frozen in my freezer. So I'll be making chili and tomato sauce for the rest of the winter from all of my tomatoes. But figure out what are the things that you eat a lot of, and plant those in a garden. One of the things that I really love are bell peppers, and often the red peppers or orange and yellow peppers are a lot more expensive in the grocery store, and those are my favorites. So I planted a bunch of those. So it's a lot cheaper that way, and I have them in abundance because I grew them. So those are just a few ways to reduce the cost of healthy eating. I can get the next slide. So what should you eat? What is healthy eating? I mentioned in yesterday's video about protein that you should include a protein at every meal or snack. So including that protein is going to help you stay full longer, because it takes your body longer to digest it. So it's going to keep you full. We talked about proteins yesterday, but sources of proteins that you can include at every meal: eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, beans, Greek yogurt, nut butters, tofu, Shakeology. We'll talk about Shakeology later, but it's a meal replacement drink that has about 16 grams of protein in it. So it's got a nice balance there with protein and 16 grams of carbs. And that would be a healthy meal or snack. At least half of your calories should come from healthy carbs. We talked about this in the carb video. So what are healthy carbs? Veggies, fruits, whole grains like brown rice, wild rice, quinoa, whole wheat or sprouted breads, and whole grain pastas. There are so many different grains out there that are great. Try different things. Go to Ocean State Job Lot. You can get a lot of different grains. Bob's Red Mill puts out, there's an entire aisle of just grains by Bob's Red Mill, and they're pretty cheap at Ocean State Job Lot. And try something you've never tried before. Have you ever had millet or barley or couscous, or try quinoa. Quinoa is great, and it's a great source of protein as well. So try these new things. And healthy fats in moderation. We talked about this in the fats video. You want to include some fat in your diet, not much, less than 20%. The healthy fats: avocado, olive oil, nuts and seeds, and low-fat cheese. And here's kind of just a fun way to get your nutrition in every day and make sure that you're eating healthy and you're getting all your vitamins and minerals, is by eating a variety of different colors every day. I used to work with kids and do their nutrition meal plans with them. And this was always a fun way to get them. I would challenge them every day to eat a rainbow, and they had to eat something from each color of the rainbow every day. So we would go through and pick out, what red food are you going to eat, what orange food, what yellow, green, blue, etc. So, pick one thing from each of these columns here, and have one from each column every day. And the different colors in foods indicate different vitamins and minerals that we need. So if we're eating a variety of colors, we're probably getting all of the vitamin and minerals that we need from the different foods that we're eating. So this is a great way to do that. And honestly, you can get a lot of this just by having one colorful salad in a day. Your greens, you've got lettuce. I would go away from iceberg lettuce because there's not a lot of nutrition in it, but if you do greens like spinach or arugula, even romaine has more nutrition in it than an iceberg lettuce. So use those dark leafy greens as the base, and then maybe put a few strawberries or grapes cut up, or you've got your tomatoes, and now you've got your red, yellow, and orange carrots. Slice up some carrots to go in your salad. Blue and purple, throw some blueberries on there, or how about some raisins? A couple raisins on there, purple grapes instead of red grapes. And then white or brown, throw some onions, or chop up some cauliflower and throw those in your salad. So there you go. You've got one salad and you've got all of your colors in there in one meal. So this is just kind of a fun way to have a variety of different foods and fruits and vegetables, and make sure that you're getting everything that you need. Let me see, is this the last one? Yep, that's on to protein from yesterday. So let's see. So that's it on healthy eating. Of course, there's a lot more that goes along with healthy eating, and all of these videos that you're watching touch on a little bit of them. So that was just a few tips, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Thanks, guys.